Robert Jimenez, and we are at my house in Parkland, Florida. So what led me to getting a personal protection dog was that my current dog is a Ridgeback. He's getting older, and I knew I didn't want to be without a dog. Originally, my thought was to get another Ridgeback and get a puppy, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that maybe that wasn't the best idea for our current lifestyle. The issue with getting a puppy was, one, I didn't have the time to commit to train a puppy all over again. A year-long commitment to training a puppy and all the hardships that come with having a puppy, such as issues in the house and potential accidents. Did not want to deal with that and wasn't sure that I could dedicate enough time to the dog to train it properly. So I thought that getting a dog that was already trained, a little bit older, past those milestones, know that it's healthy, was a smarter choice. And then from there, if I was going to get one that's already trained, I was like, I might as well get one that's totally trained. And that's what led me to start looking at protection dogs. I looked online. I had no references from anybody that I knew that had one. Found a few different places. I started looking into Coastline, and honestly, when I spoke to them, I felt very comfortable with what they were doing. I felt comfortable with Eric. When we decided we were probably going to get one from Coastline, my wife and I drove over. She was a little more hesitant about getting a dog. When we first went there, we met Storm. He was, I think, about 11 months old. Maybe 12 months old, and he was still a puppy. So at first I was a little taken back that he was a little wild. They reassured me that that's not the way he would be when he was delivered, that, you know, for the first year, it's just all motivation for the dog. But I knew he was still a puppy. I remember what my dog was like when he was a puppy. My wife and I spoke about it. We went home, thought about it for a few days, and decided we were gonna move forward. Then we went traveling, and I went back to visit Storm months later, and we did a little bit of work, protection work. During their training process, they interview the clients, and they ask you what it is you're looking for, and they train him based on the family's needs. And at that point, he was already totally different than he was the first time. Then it was getting closer to delivery time, and when they got here, he was a completely different dog. And they honestly tailored the dog to exactly what we wanted. When they were scheduling the turnover with me, it's a 5-day turnover, and my initial thought was that is a long time. I thought a few days would probably do it. When they first got here, even maybe the first few hours, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a simple process. I thought 5 days was a lot. After doing it for 4 days now, I realized that you really need every bit of the 5 days. Every day is different, all the scenarios are different. The process of learning with the leash, then learning the e-collar, the more time you have, the better. I honestly, at this point, after doing it for 4 days, don't know how it's even possible to do it in 1 or 2 days and actually have the result that you're looking for. I think the owners getting trained is just as important as the dogs getting trained. I think one of the concerns that a lot of people and friends of mine had when they heard I was getting a protection dog was that in their mind, this dog is just, as my friend refers to it, a killer. At this point, their family has met the dog, and they see that it's not like that at all. It's totally different than I think the perception that a lot of people have of these dogs. Them being here at the house, I think, is a necessity. There's just so many little things that happen throughout the day that you're always asking a question, what should I have done here? What should I have done different? And how to handle every little situation that comes up. Would I recommend Coastline K9? Absolutely. I honestly think that this process couldn't have gone any smoother. Everything from the selection, the training has been great, the turnover has been great, the dog is great, exactly what we were looking for. Honestly, we couldn't be happier about it.